Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I'm doing some late night streaming tonight. I couldn't sleep. I also just had to submit a YouTube monetization video. So since I was up, I said, let me come talk to my peoples and see who's up after midnight here on a now Monday. And I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of experiences I've had as of late when it comes to forgiveness and what I'm thinking about in my own journey when it comes to adulting and what I feel. Let me know you're watching and hit the like button. Why don't you? I am trying something a little bit different. No thumbnail. I'm just going to talk and just see who wants to chit chat with me this evening. But please do hit the subscribe button. If you're watching for the first time, I want to welcome you. If you're watching over on Facebook, Wagwan, I'm happy that you're here. This is again very impromptu. Just decided to come off just for a little bit because I've had some very interesting conversations in the last 24, 48 hours with both family and friends about forgiveness. And when do you let go, especially when it is something that a family friend did or even a family member, hello, somebody, has done to you? How easy is it for you to let go? How easy is it for you to forgive and move on? Are you one of those people that say, I forgive, but I will never forget? Are you one of those people that are, giving grace left and right? You go to the person right after it happens, I forgive you, and you guys move on like nothing happened. There are a range of ways people handle, feeling wronged, right? Or feeling slighted or even humiliated by people that they once loved. So I want to ask you about what you guys are doing on your forgiveness journey. Hit the like button. Hey, Ike, how are you? I'm here, brother. I am just sensing there's something deep within my spirit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come on here and talk about it. And that is, a couple scenarios I would love to share with folks who are maybe dealing with things that are similar and asking themselves, how do they go about really letting go or showing grace in places where it is very rough or uncomfortable to be graceful and to be the bigger person. That's another thing. My cousins are visiting. I have cousins in town from Jamaica. It's been wonderful to reconnect with them. And we just like to sit around and chat. Sometimes it's just the storytelling, it's just the breaking of bread. And in our case, a couple bottles of red wine as well. That was last night. I was hanging out with the ladies and we were just sharing stories about just life and what has been going on in each and every one of our lives. And the topic of forgiveness came up a couple different ways. And if you will, just hit the like button. Again, just a late night stream, trying something a little bit different. And if you want to support, you always can subscribe and you can very much share, right? Share the content. But yeah, welcome everybody. Late night stream, just here shooting the breeze a little because I couldn't sleep. And I thought it'd be fun to just see who's up and who wants to share some of their stories when it comes to having been hurt by people that you really care about, people that you really love, folks that should know better, folks that might be older than you or more mature in a sense. But I realize again, age does not mean maturity. And oftentimes, people who you believe will do things in a certain way, oftentimes they are going to fall short of your expectations and say things, do things, and handle themselves in a way that leaves you often, very hurt or even broken. So I'm going to tell you a couple stories. And if you've ever been in, say, business relationships with friends, let me start there, where you're doing business with a person and the person does not show up for you. Hey, let's just say it. Sometimes people steal your money, and they were like folks that you really trusted, right? And of course, I've been listening a lot to some of the commentaries by one of my fellow favorite content creators, Pocket Watching with JT, and others about people who are within our community that are, being, you know, it's really a tall accusations of what is happening when it comes to money and investment and what may be, fool's gold, right? You're not a fool because you believe what they were selling was true and was accurate. But what happens when you are in close relationship with somebody? I'm not talking about an associate. I'm not talking about a distant friend. I'm talking about somebody that you really rate, right? As your homeboy, homegirl, friend till the end kind of deal. And if you've ever been in a scenario where they have wronged you, right? Not come through for you, even maybe not shown up for you, do you still hold them in the same regard? Do you allow them, to explain away what happened? I can't stand y'all when the friend never addresses what has happened. And that has happened to me in a couple different scenarios where it's almost like everybody just act like we back to normal and no one says sorry. No one says what we could do better. Or maybe I understood one thing, but it was a misunderstanding, etc. It can be very difficult. So I wonder, when it comes to your friends or even your family, how easily do you forgive? And what does it take to earn either your forgiveness, or are you a freely giving grace person? I'm gonna read a few of your comments just to see who's up. What up? What up? What the chat is popping? Hey, Shamel, how you doing, brother? I'm here, just contemplating life and what has been happening in and around my friend girl circles, family and friends. And this has come up as a theme several times where people are talking about, I'm talking about people we thought was cool, people that we thought was like family, will have your back and your best interest in mind. And baby, they turn out to be maybe things that they couldn't control, but others deliberately, almost devious. And how that can surprise you, how desperate people can behave in different ways and, step outside of their what you thought was their normal character. Or was they like that the whole time? We don't know. But would love to hear what you had to say. I'm not gonna be up here. I'm supposed to be waking up early to get to the gym. So come chill with your girl for a minute. Thank you for being here, Shamel. Hey, the David Carmena show is here. Says sorry you've been hurt, but stay in the game. That is very true. One thing, especially about, I guess, ladies in my circle, sometimes when you've been hurt, you tend to close off a little bit more and not trust a little bit more. And I think that is, in fact, a big challenge, David, to stay open to people, to stay, what should I say, not match that kind of negative energy or that sheltered energy. That there's still people that you need to meet. It's still networks that you can grow, and you might meet somebody who is just on the same wavelength as you or even better, so that you don't experience this kind of shortfall of, I would call it, even capacity, right? Things that we expect from people, the way they are emotionally, the way you think they should be supportive, how they should handle their business, if you will. There are a lot of things that we expect of people that they really cannot give us. And then there are folks that tell me just don't have expectations, but I find very difficult because of how I roll. And I have high expectations for myself. So I would love to hear what you have to say. Have you forgiven anybody who has really slighted you lately? Do you have a rule when it comes to how you forgive and who you forgive? Hey, Mars, Mitch in the building. I love, ooh, look here. Speak strong fire with Victor and McCoy. How are you, Victor? Good to see you. Yes, he says, great subject. This muscle needs some work. Listen, I wish I could play some music for you to go with that. That's a huge theme because it's something that we're going to have to keep doing, guys. People are flawed. As human beings, we all are flawed, myself included. So even when you want to show up for somebody, sometimes you don't have the capacity, or, where your means, your resources, your brain power, your emotional power has to go, might not be in their direction, or might not be available in the quantity that they need it or at the time that they need it. So how you reconnect with that person is really important, whether you're the person that feels like the other one fell short or you the person that may have fallen short, right? How do you experience this in today's day and age? Before the billions, how are you? Long time no see, brother. I'm so happy that you're here, and I want to welcome you. Late night streaming. Let's see. Shamel says, "Oh no, separate. Let's go." This is a real thing. This is a real thing. where a lot of people feel, hey, you step on my toes once, that's it. Step on it twice. But they say, fool is me, you, fool is me, something like this. There are people that are very strong in this regard where it's just too painful to go back. And I know a lot of us are like this, where we say, you get cut off straight up. Sometimes I'm like that. I don't even, it depends on the person and the scenario, but what I'm gonna keep you around for if you've already bitten me, if you're a snake already, right? Why am I going to allow, right, you to possibly injure me again? There are people where you literally want to love from a distance. So I hear you when it comes to this. And I know a lot of people practice this. Hey, late night. Yes, I'm good. Thank you so much. I just finished up a video I had to do for YouTube to try to see why my super chats are off, but I hope that will go smoothly. I submitted it and just wanted to talk to y'all. Like, literally was like, well, I'll just do a quick video and see who's in the chat. This is a late night edition of the Suzette Speaks Show. Please hit the like button. Let me know how you feel. We're just talking about forgiveness. Again, this has come up. Oh, if you can support, right? My super chats are off for right now. Okay, YouTube, I hope we get that reinstated, please, and thank you. But in the meantime, super chats are not open, but excuse me, Cash App is, so you can hit me up and support the content. But yeah, had a fantastic show. Go back and watch the show I did on why she lied, right? Carly Russell, everybody was talking about it, and I did a great show on that 2-hour show. Y'all, I missed Dr. Umar. After all of that, Dr. Umar was in Miami yesterday, and I was planning to go, but I ended up here on the show talking about the Carly Russell case. Didn't finish till late. By the time I looked, oh my goodness, had to drive over there, etc. I missed him, and this is the second time he's come to South Florida, and I didn't get to see him. So I'm not saying I'm a big proponent, fan, whatever, but sometimes you just want to see people in person and get a real vibe for how they are. So hopefully when he comes back next time. I saw on his Instagram he met a bunch of people and I'm sure he'll be back pretty soon. But just talking about forgiveness in some scenarios where I felt for the individuals who shared, some real shiesty, we used to say. People cross you and sometimes create this emptiness, right? This hurt where you first gave them a position of privilege, right? Thinking that they could fulfill and handle it. And then you got frenemies, you got people who are, just not that into you, even as friends. And you sometimes get hurt by it. And it's something that we all have to live and learn from and not let it hold us back from new relationships. Sharmel says, I realized that I had to apologize because that person couldn't meet my expectation for them. I realized that you had to apologize. Because that person couldn't meet my expectations. So even if they fell short, you apologize to them. It's very interesting. Sharmel, hey, thank you for your comment. Brown Cow Peace Lounge, what up? What up? Good to see you. I'm here, guys. I won't be here forever. I really do have to wake up and try to hit the gym. But this was in my mind and my heart, and I think I'm going to try to do some more of this impromptu because sometimes you just want to chat and see what everybody has to say on a topic. Put a 1 in the chat if you think a call-in phone number would be something people will utilize. I know sometimes people don't like being on screen if I drop the link, which I'm going to do right now. Why not? Let me drop the link in case somebody wants to come up. But I was wondering about getting a call-in number. So join the convo. Put it in the chat during the conversation if you can. But I was thinking about getting a call-in number. Here is the link. But if you think that might be helpful or people might want to actually call in and talk to me, let me know. I appreciate you watching. Okay, we're growing out here. If you're up late night, what's up? Say what's up in the chat. Let me know that you're watching. Suzette Speaks After Dark. Okay, we're trying a little something. Couldn't sleep. Said I would come on here real quick, just sharing some of my family and friend experiences over the last 48 hours. I appreciate you being here, Sharmel. Thank you very much. Sims here. Wagwan, my brother. Bye Let's go. I'm glad to see you. It's been a minute. I'm grateful that you're here. And if you want to leave a comment, let me know. Yes, I'm see it in the building. Hope all is well. That's so funny. Okay, yes, please, Brown Gal Peace Lounge. Go ahead and look at the show we did. Saturday show was fun. I had, oh my gosh, Mandrell, Brainpart Mandrell 211. And of course, TL Saint came through impromptu, wonderful commentary about her case and what her punishment should be. If y'all, yeah, the punishment is not going to really be too long because of what they could actually charge her with. So interesting. And because Mandrell lives in Alabama, I think he said maybe 70 miles north of where this all took place. It was really interesting to get his perspective. So go back and watch it, y'all. It was really great. Let me see. You doing the same thing you said at 5 a.m. away from the what? Listen, I'm trying to get. Are you meaning the exercise class? Because I'm trying to go to the 7 a.m. That's basically which one I can go to now. But big up everybody watching. Leave a note what you feel about forgiveness. I am thinking about a specific person. No, I'm not. Gotta be very careful. You don't know who be watching you, right? So you don't want to say too much. But and it was in a business relationship, you can call it that. Folks that, ooh, I one thing that occurs with me, guys, is that because I'm very amiable, very sweet, and I really want to make people feel comfortable, make people feel at home, even, try to I don't want to call myself a people pleaser, but people presume that I am. I think sometimes people think they can get over. And I think that is something that over and over again plays itself as a theme. For example, I had a lady reach out to me for some network marketing, and she's married to like a really, really successful executive. So I keep thinking, bro, yo, Instagram is so flowery with all the trips you're on and all the things that y'all do and your kids go everywhere, but you're trying to enroll me in your network marketing. I want you to please stop calling me, and I don't want to be a part of it. So I think that type of vibe, just even an example, I know that's a little bit far from forgiveness, but just an example of why I've had to forgive people in the past is this kind of idea that I'll just say yes to whatever it is that you're doing. And then when I don't, you'll be mad. I find that it's kind of ironic sometimes how people, again, they cool with you once you do what they're asking or join their program or whatever it is, but find out if they really like you by telling them no and just see how they react. But I was thinking about this person, and we had a business deal that it didn't work out well at all due to, I think, his just wanting to get over. And every now and then I think, it has, I put it to bed, right? It's not a person that I see often. So it's not like I see him and I got to deal with him. But, everybody move in a small circle. Professional circles around the country are very, very small. So you will know somebody who knows somebody. And I'll ask you guys this as well. If somebody has done something crazy to you in business, right? Promised something, didn't come through, take an investment from you, and run, basically. Do you warn people about that person if someone asks you? Or do you let each person that meets that person have a new and unique experience with that person? Do you not warn them? I think sometimes it's important. It depends on the degree to which they have done something crazy. I don't believe people should be quiet about, really, really major violations. Now, there's certain things that are like faux pas, and that might be more personality based. And I don't necessarily think you got to, warn somebody about that. It person may not be your cup of tea, rub you a little bit different in terms of their personality. But when it comes to a big time, like stole something, didn't come through in a business deal, that kind of thing violation, I'm very big on if it's my friend asking me, or really anybody, but specifically people in my circle wanting to know, hey, do you know this person? I'm like, hey, had a unique experience with him. I want you to have your own experience, but just know that I know someone who didn't have a great experience with them in business. But you know what? That might be in their past. I might give a broad warning like that But especially if they did something where they cost people a lot of money or really violated when it came to the type of behavior they displayed, I think it's important to tell people, I don't know, let me know. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button, please. Oh, what's up? Yes, good morning. Hey, likely I got to go to bed and act like I have to wake up early, which I will be doing here shortly. But just wanted to get your take on what it is to really forgive and how easily do you actually in your real everyday life forgive people. Cynthia, we might finish out with you. I was talking about catching conversation. Oh, when I was on Tuesday. Okay, no problem. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate you having been on the show a couple times and always giving thoughtful commentary and such. But y'all, I wanted to just touch base and just see what you guys were doing tonight. I really do have to wake up early to see if I can make it in early and start my Monday out right. I keep saying I'm going to go to bed early, and because my cousins are in town, I have been going to bed later and later and later, and it has been a fun, and it will continue to be fun through when they leave next weekend. But we got to make this time of bonding count. So holla at me if your team replay. Let me know if you think you might want to do some more of a call-in style where you can dial a number and talk live during the show. Hey, Great Pill, how are you? Or if you would prefer what we've been doing, I appreciate you. Listen, yay, my people's in the building. Hey, Major Change Group. I see you, girl, on your vacay on Instagram. Hope you're doing well. Yes, thank you, thank you. Catch the replay. Yes, this is going to be short and sweet. I just came in just to see who might be up like me. I know you're in a different time zone, so that you probably have a better excuse than me. But came through to see. Yes, I know. Black Lexicon, don't tell on me. This is just again some late night food for thought that I was just talking again. There's so many more detailed stories. I want to protect people's privacy because I didn't get their permission to share. But the theme of I've had a few cousin get-togethers. I have some cousins in town, and the theme so far over the last 48 hours, they'll be in town for a whole week, is forgiveness and just things that have been like people have been talking about. I'm talking about close, confidant friends just showing a behind, and people that you thought would be lifelong are in a different posture, right? Maybe they going through some stuff. I'm gonna have some compassion. Maybe they going through some stuff too. But what do you do? How do you forgive? Do you forgive right away? Do you forgive everyone? Do you separate yourself? Do you never talk to them again? I'm curious as to what you guys are doing, what the vibe is like, and if this happens to you from either friends or family, where do you land on this type of uh, disappointment when it comes to people that you truly love and respect and was hopeful that they would come through for you in the clutch, or didn't find fault with you or disappoint you in any type of way? It's important that we understand that this is a part of the human journey. So hit the like button, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here if you don't have any comments. But I was just thinking about this topic after having so many intense conversations. My super chats are off, but you can support if you like my Cash App. I just had to do an appeal, so we'll hopefully see a wonderful outcome for that. Prayers up, right? Thanks, YouTube. But in the meantime, support your girl. I hope to see you this week. And if you're watching it on Facebook, why not come over to YouTube and find me, Suzette Speaks Scam Likely. Now you want to come up here and I was ready to go to bed. Let me bring you up, Desto. How are you?
All is well. How's it going?
I couldn't believe it. I didn't think anybody would want to come up here. How you doing? You good? Long time.
Nah,
You
all is
working out? You what you do? I see you got. Oh well, you always have your workout equipment. Were you in bed or heading to bed?
no. I'm always in a wife beater. I'm a Florida man, so Central Florida, and it's 100 heat index, 119 or something.
No, there was no judgment about your beater. I was literally like looking at the gym equipment in the back.
Oh yeah, pull up bar, weight bench, 95-pound dumbbells, rowing machine, bunch of other stuff.
Okay, no, I'm big at the workout. This last week, twice I had to work out. I have my own just spare barbell and 45s and 35s and 25s. So we're trying to get it in when I can do my own leg day. And do you ever do like cleans and things like this?
Nah.
I love
I just
cleans.
run like four
Okay.
miles.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. You're a runner. That's right. All right. I wish you'd let some of that rub off on me. I just walk. I was telling them that I went walking, and you'll love this stuff. So I went walking. What was it? Friday or Thursday night? And I promise you, my shadow was looking small. I was like, wait a minute, that shadow was looking cut, a little curve in my shadow that wasn't there before. I'm just saying, I was really proud of that. Okay, sorry, but not running yet. I prefer to walk. I'll walk along. When you run, how long do you run?
Um, the most I've been done a few times I ran 6 miles, but I'm running
Wow,
on lunch break, so I can't,
that's
I
that's
can't be out there
impressive.
for 2 hours. But
Okay.
usually 3 or 4 miles. Or another day I might just run sprints, like a half a mile, then some sprints, or a half a mile, then some 300s, and then some sprints.
Dang, I wish I
Yeah.
had a training buddy that would do that with me because I kind of feel like them knees can still get up there and do a little something. Especially, I love sprinting, but yeah, no, the motivation is to walk.
No, sprints actually burn more than any other exercise that exists. Sprints is number one.
Yeah, and they give you
I can't
abs. I
stand
know
them,
sprints
but
give you ab. Sprints give you ab for real. So okay, I hopefully have a better report. Let me read a couple of comments and then I'll get
go ahead.
your feedback on what it means to forgive and if forgiveness is a part of what you normally do. Real quick, Brown Gal Peace Lounge says some people in your life for a season. You can forgive them in your heart, but keep them at arm's length to protect your peace. Thank you, sis. I know what that's like, and I've practiced that. Only forgive as much as the Lord has forgiven you. Well, in that case, he says 7 times 7. Like, ooh, we're supposed to forgive all the time and love them earnestly, not that fake kick, 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 kick. Like, really still love them, invite them to things, go with them to places, go to their kids' stuff. It's hard to do that when you feel like you've been wronged. But that's a deep word right there, Wonderful 34. Yay, thank you, Solomon 321. Just saw you on my feet. Okay, I appreciate you, brother. Grateful that you're here. You forgive me random stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I appreciate you saying this. Very kind of you. You're the great. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, the super chats came off because YouTube wrote me and said, um, I haven't even a headache just thinking about this, but they wrote me. I just sent the video in for the appeal. I think it might be my shorts, but they're saying that I'm using other people's content without use or without permission. But overall, I'm not 100% sure. So I just sent a video in to try to clarify if that is basically, and Dessa, you may know this. I don't know if you know this, but the YouTube program changed its monetization of shorts. So now shorts can be monetized, but before they weren't. So I was just putting up shorts all the time. Nothing ever happened. So I don't know if this is new because of that change or not. But my super chats are off. Sad, but hopefully I don't get kicked off. Major change
Yeah.
says she prefers to walk. I appreciate. Yeah, I'm with you, sis. We could just walk. I know. Yes, my shadow was looking sweet when I seen that shadow. I was like, what? What they say? You unbig your back. My back is unbig. I felt like, bruh, my back unbigging, bruh. The shadow is shadowing. It was really great. Grayfield says, you running on your lunch break. How long is your lunch break? So how long is your lunch break?
Hey, that's too many questions.
Okay, don't want to get in your business. Okay, no, keep it private. So good. I walk as well. Okay, thanks, Sia. Exactly. Someone's no comment. Oh, I didn't see it. Random stuff exactly. Give me cash app. Okay, let me get a cash app. If y'all want to support, thank you very much. Cash app is $sign Suzette Speaks. So, to Mr. Dusto, what are your thoughts on forgiveness?
Few things. Number one, easier said than done. Let's be real.
Mhm.
We're still people at the end of the day. But as I get older, I learn more about it, or I see what the people said and how the Bible said and all this stuff, how it starts to make more sense. The forgiveness is like what is it? When I was younger, the forgiveness
Yeah,
isn't for them, it's actually for you. I'm like, yeah,
yes,
whatever. Then I got older and realized actually, yes, it is for you.
it's true. I think so. We be living in our own prison, drinking our own poison, as they say, when we don't forgive. But as you stated, it's easier said than done. Because it's one thing, like Brown Gal Peace Lounge says, where you can stay away from them. But if it's like close friends or in the same friendship group or even family, it can be very hard because if you see the person and if they haven't said sorry, are you a person that can still forgive if a person hasn't told you sorry?
Um, what happened with me is, well, I'll share a story, a small story, keep it vague.
Please do.
I was 13, maybe. Mom is cheap, always has been. My dad's not cheap, but mom is. But she's always money usually was her. He don't care about money like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I was into lifting weights and stuff, and she bought first is a free weight set. Like, cool, I can lift at home. 'Cause sometimes it's raining. I can go lift with the high school kids. But I was so weak, I couldn't lift the 45s. I couldn't pull them off the bar. I had to go get one of the ogres to get the 45s off the bar so I can put fives or tens on there and do my own workout.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if I had some at home. So mom bought me this weight set for Christmas. Cool. But then I start going there, start going to the Y. Sometimes I use it.
Hmm.
Come spring, summertime, I'll be using it more because those ain't open. Springtime, I come home one day and I go upstairs, and I just see open carpet area.
She stole
Where
your
the weight,
stuff?
where the weight set at? Oh, I didn't think you were using, so I just took it back. What do you mean you took it back? I took it back. So where's the money? That's kind of like my Christmas. She ain't care. And every Christmas, like I'd always have a conversation about it. And just shut up, stop talking about that weight set. It's gone.
So
I was
may I ask a
21.
couple questions? That's deflating because at 13, if you have a Christmas gift, thanks, mom. Cheap or not cheap, it was your Christmas gift.
Yeah,
So
you know.
you think she needed the money or your family needed the money for real for some kind of like real purpose or something like this?
No, she took it and bought vacuum cleaners. It wasn't even necessarily about the money, though. It's a matter of it's a whole gift. And you just took it. It is just gone, and you just
I'm
don't do
hurt
that.
by that. I don't know what I would think as a child. Y'all hit the like button. Thank you for sharing that. What
Yeah,
what what, what did you forgive her right away?
no. I thought about that every Christmas, every year, every year, every year. Every time there was an argument about fairness between me, my brother, and my sister. Well, she did this to me. Well, they didn't did this. Well, they did. How about having your stuff taken and just gone for no reason? How about that?
Wow,
But
that's
then,
so that's bold. I don't even know what to call that. I've never heard of anything like this. That your mom would take back your Christmas gift.
yeah, wasn't in trouble. No bad grit, none of that. But then what happened? I was 21. I went to the army, came back home, was in college. Like, you know what? This has been bothering me for years. I need a vacuum cleaner because you took it back and got two vacuum cleaners. Let me get a vacuum because I need a vacuum in the dorm. No.
Ooh, mama wasn't playing. What in the world?
Then maybe I was 23, 24, ran out of money, messed up my money, going Vegas with the refund checks in college. Come on. I mean, you know how it
Mhm.
is. I needed some money and I was hurting. It was bad. And for Christmas, of course, we get people stuff, whatever. And she wrote in an envelope. You know, of course, it was $250 in an envelope. And my bank
Mhm.
account said, hey, man, you need this money. But she gave us some money. I was the one who was hurting. And it was a letter asking for forgive us for anything she ever did. Being a parent, this, and, you know, her how she grew up and all this other stuff. Some of us in one ear and out the other. But the other thing was I needed the money. She didn't have to do nothing for us for Christmas. We grown. And she asked us to forgive. And I know what the right answer is. The answer is yes.
Did you tell her yes?
I said yes, and I told her, you know what? The vacuum cleaners, the weight set, done, forgiven. And I kept my word. Let's talk about it sometimes.
No, it's okay to express
But
it.
she asked for forgiveness. That's what she asked for. They looked out and they didn't have to because my brother and sister were all right. I needed that money, and she
Mm,
didn't have to do anything for us.
mm.
And my brakes and stuff tore up months before my dad looked out. I was doing some dust. I was I was still in
Rough
college
period.
trying to work,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I can sit and worry about this for the next 30, 40, 50 years, or just understand she's coming and saying, "Look, man, I screwed up." And she didn't even know everything in my mind is all I can think about is that weight set and it's Christmas. But she asked for forgiveness. I gave it to her. And from then
Wow.
on, it's like, okay,
You don't bring
I
it up no more. Do
heard
you
her
bring it up
story.
still?
Well, I heard her story, how she grew up. There's
Okay.
things with her mom, whatever, some little issues, and that spills into who she is. There's a reason people do the stuff, even the greasy people.
Right.
There's a reason that they are greasy. And you
Yeah.
probably don't want to know or you don't want to be them.
Right. Right. Right.
Have some
No,
grace and
too deep.
understand if they are greasy, they
Mm.
somewhere in the they somewhere were born and
Somebody
raised
did
in the
something to
greasy
them.
department.
100%. I realize this too. That's a great
It could be
observation.
jealousy. It could be they wish they had what you had. It could be they really think you're some kind of enemy, or I don't know what it is, but there's a reason people are what they are.
Yeah. Let me
They didn't
say
have what
thank
you had,
you.
bro. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. Just let me say thank
Go
you,
ahead.
JT, on the Cash App. Thank you. Y'all, my super chat is down. YouTube has closed that door for it's being appealed. It's not gonna say, God, we know you gonna open that right back up. Thank you, YouTube. But yeah, thank you for showing love, JT, on the Cash App, sponsoring the stream. And I thank you, Dusto, for opening up your personal journey to us. And it's hard when it's a parent. That's a good example because as much as we think our parents should be, perfect and having worked out all their issues, especially within our community, not so much, right? They have been affected. I know my dad, both my mom and my dad, but if you had, tough upbringings, right? Nobody makes any kind of excuses, but it definitely has an impact on the personality. And I think, hey, this is true. TTOO says childhood forms a person's foundation. So, what do you learn from your mom buying you a gift and then taking it back? And that Christmas gift, that hurt. Or, hey, mom, you have two vacuum cleaners. Can I get one? And to say no, I couldn't even understand that. I'm not even going to judge her because I don't know how she grew up. But in my heart, I'm like, who would deny a child, right? But the more important part of that story is that for whatever reason she did it, you didn't need to, keep bringing it up, etc. She asked for your forgiveness. You gave it to her and it's done. And I'm really big on that. If you say you forgive, it should be done for real. You can't keep going back on it. I think that's true in friendships. I call it, my cousins, my cousinships. We don't really break up like that in cousindom, but friendships, I've had those issues where it's like, I forgive you, sis. Don't bring this up again. Or it's done. Like a lot of people have a lot of guilt, I realize, and then they keep thinking that you have them up for it. If I say I forgave you, is done. I don't secretly hate you. And I maybe, a lot of people also, I'll add to you what you just said, Dusto, project on you how they really feel about you. So you forgave them, but they're acting up or, little jokes, there's a lot hidden in jokes and things like this where they're feeling guilt, right? Or they're
Right.
feeling insecure about the
Is
relationship.
is
Go
there a
ahead.
conversation? Whatever happened, is there a conversation that needs to be had between you and
When
somebody and the truth? Is there a
no,
conversation?
I'm piecing it together because I'm not sure if it's worth it. Um,
If you well, go ahead.
no, I hear what you're saying. Let me put it like this. When I compared notes with other people about this person, everybody got the same issue, right? They ain't just did me dirty. They did other people dirty. So I actually felt better because I thought it was more personalized to me. And then I realized, oh, that's just them. That's how they move. So it made me actually, it was like, okay, I'm not crazy because I'm like, what about me provoked this type of, bad behavior? But then I realized it's just how they move. So when I think about conversations with people, I really think about more relationships that I would like to redeem. And I don't know if that I want to redeem this, especially now that I understand that others have had this similar experience and it's not just a one off, a person that made a mistake or whatever. It seems as if it's a personality trait or a deeper character flaw. And I thought about it and I don't think I want any type of retention of a relationship. And I don't think even if I did speak to the person not gonna change. I don't know.
Is something still lingering? Okay.
It's business. It
Another,
was business. It was business. But I don't. It's nothing. It's open. It's money lost. But it's kind of like, oh, okay.
yeah, because
Like,
I got another friend, another person. Friend
yeah,
borrowed money.
yeah.
Somebody I know since 20 something years. Borrowed money. I asked him for it back a couple times. I
Mhm.
realized I got greased.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna have a conversation because the only reason I would is because like, look, it would just be direct. Why you do this? Just why?
Yeah.
But I'm at peace with it. Forgiven, cool. But friendship damage.
There it goes.
I ain't
That's
spoke to
how
him
I
forever.
feel. I
But the
don't.
thing is, I'm at peace with it.
I'm not 100% at peace with it. Every
If
now
you're
and
not
then
at
it pops
peace,
in my mind, and I'm
right?
like,
If you're not at peace, is there a way to have a conversation?
let me think about that, Desto. I don't know. I want to be honest, and I'm still on the no side of the fence. But let me think
Because
about that.
you never know what you may hear on the other side of that phone when you call
I
it.
don't want to nut if you but.
No, if you really deeply listen and have that conversation, you never
Mm,
know what you're gonna hear. You'll never know. You'll be surprised.
I think I'm okay. My presumption is, and I can't presume. And thank you, Solomon. 321. Very kind words. Is that they're gonna be fake and they just gonna say what they have to say because I know the person and the person is like almost like a what's the word when they get up on their pulpit and they're not really a preacher, but they know how to finesse. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they're a finesser. So I kind of feel like would I even be having a genuine conversation or would I be experience yet again the finesse? And am I dumb for thinking I would get a genuine, exchange with a person that is a finesser? Do you get what I'm saying? They be on that BS, bro. And everybody who I've talked to since I didn't share it, I wasn't a warner, but then it came back to me that the person has been operating the same within the circle, which is kind of wild. Because if we had warned each other, nobody would have got, or at least past a certain person. But I don't want to be finessed and listen to the Bible thumping, and it's fake because you still gonna do what you gotta do. I appreciate the words. That's still in the private chat. That's so tell them what you said in the private chat, please. That's so tell them what you said in the private chat,
I
please.
just asked in the private chat. I asked, was it Umar Johnson?
No. That's the he's so crazy. No, I didn't even meet him. I wanted to meet him yesterday. The show got 2.5 hours long. By the time I finished his presentation here in Miami was done. So I didn't get to meet Dr. Umar. I was jealous at the girls looking at his Instagram and everybody who got pictures and all that. I'm like, ah. I just wanted to see what his vibe really was like. It wasn't that I'm an Umar groupie or fan. I just want to meet him, honestly. As his brand has increased, is he real? Is he not? Y'all was getting on me on Saturday during the show talking about his Frederick Douglass Morgan Scholarly School never getting built. But Solomon, I'm gonna keep it positive. Thank you. If you're watching this, please support y'all. My super chats is down. I hope it gets back reinstated. If you can, please support. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the kind words, Solomon. Thank you so much, everybody showing love on the super chat. Excuse me, I keep saying super chat on the Cash App because there's no super chat button. But hopefully that gets it's a 2-week appeal, y'all. So I'm not gonna worry about it. But in the meantime, we're talking about forgiveness, talking about what has happened to some of us. That's still giving me some good life advice. I appreciate it. Let me read a hey, like the cash in the building. All right, let me see. Yes, late cash. I was not gonna be up here this late, but then scammer likely comes through. Um, how old were you when you owned? I'll keep it general. Let's say in the last 10 years. Let's say in
I
the
think he
last
was
10.
asking me.
Oh, was he? Because okay, I didn't know if it was meant for me. It would been okay. Oh, you okay? Duh. Okay, but the person I'm talking about, Bronx Tale. They're doing you a favor. Uh, get rid of them. Okay, Life of Cash said it's time to go,
That's
Sue.
actually
Stop playing. Stop
kind of
playing.
that's kind of
So
legit.
you get paid them.
You know how
You just
much?
oh right. That's the other part. I'm not gonna go. But yeah, pay them to be out of your life forever. Yeah, it's just like you don't have to be like this. Like if you need ways to earn a living, people would help you, right? But some people just don't want to work. Other people want to be kind of slick about it and use other people. It's just it really shocked me because the person doesn't come across like this at all. Tries to be very professional and respectable or whatever. Gray Pale says, bruh, and you ask for it a couple, okay, always expect that money will never be returned. That's true after handing the money to anyone. Yes, my dad even says, if you don't expect to lose it or you can't afford to lose it, don't lend it because you never know how long the person is going to take to get it back to you. A wise Caribbean woman once told me never to loan what you can't afford to lose. Yes, exactly. Give it instead. True, true. Random stuff. Similar thing has happened to me. Cut your losses and move on. I hear you. Yeah, but they want to be showing their face in a little what forgive wigs. I don't understand what that means. No. Is that an inside thing? Great Phil says, live and let live. Now we know who they are. On to the next 100%. I hear you on that.
I got a
Uh,
question for you too.
yes, please. Go ahead.
Let's just think back.
Mm,
I believe it was 2013, maybe 14.
mm-hmm,
It was that dude that tried to take you out to dinner that time, or that friend that asked you for your honest opinion and you told her
mm,
something you weren't supposed to tell her, or the person whose boyfriend you stole in 1997. No, because I put it this way. I
don't
know you.
implicate me, but yes, for argument's sake, I'm following you. Go ahead.
It was that person that you greased.
Mm.
How would you want them to forgive you?
I don't operate like
Or the
that, but I
person
hear
you
what you're
greased,
saying.
and then you still see them. You still see them to this day. Hey, you looking good, my brother. And you think they don't know that they don't know that you greased them. You think they ain't figured it out yet.
I would
Or
want
that
them.
dude that you told him, yeah, I'm gonna call you back. Yeah, everything's cool. I really like you. And he paid $400 for that luxury
I ain't doing people like that. I
suite.
ain't do put that on
And
me.
you told him you like this tie. And how
I
would you want that person
mm,
to forgive you?
okay. Your point is well taken. Even though none of those scenarios apply,
Yeah,
but
you get what
there
I'm
has
saying.
to. If I could think of one, I hear you. I'm not perfect. There are parts of me that probably look back and say, "Yo, could have cut that one short. Shouldn't have done that. Whatever, whatever." I would want the person to forgive me. I would want because even for example, um, I know this dude. Speaking of, past, you say high school, and I knew he was just a kid, right? We were coming into our own, grimy, jealous, messy in high school, but I seen how he's developed as a, man, as a young man and kind of blossom. And I put respect. I had to tell him that. I think he was looking at me because I remembered how he was. A couple dudes have come to me like that, where I'm like, yo, I respect you. That was, however many years ago. It's we grown now. Like we don't need I don't hold you to who you were when we were babies, right? You might have been mean, you might have been rude, you might have been grimy then. I'm gonna watch you now and see what you are now. But I think that he genuinely has changed. But I know he remembers that I remember what he was like. So I agree with you when it comes to wanting the person to let go. If it were me, I would want the person to let go and give me a
You tell them
chance.
you haven't greased anybody.
I don't work like that. For what? I don't work like that. For what? Get over on somebody for what? I don't work like that. No, I'm looking at the side eye too. I don't work like that. If I have an issue, I'll bring it up straight up. I don't I don't and I'm not going to duck off, duck and run. Like, that's not how I move. I'm not saying there's nobody who probably don't like me ever somewhere, but
I'd like to call my first witness to the stand.
I like to be straight up with people. Um, if I'm wrong, I'll come to you. I would like to confront the issue. A lot of people don't want to, right? Because they know if you know me, if you really know me, my intent would always be pure, even if it come off wrong. It's not to hurt you. It's really not to hurt you. I don't. That's not how I think. So if people come at me and say, "Well, if you hurt me, this and that," I know my heart is pure as far as my intent. I can definitely say I'm sorry for either time and place and delivery. I will definitely say sorry, but my intent is not to break somebody down. Now, have I been in low places? I don't think I still even try nobody like that. I'd have to really think about it. On the spot, I can't think of nothing, but I'd have to really think about it. But nobody's life is perfect. But
No,
in my
I've had to
heart,
go back and apologize to a couple people
yeah, no, that's natural.
to do it. Like I saw a girl in the club that in high school she liked me, she liked a friend of mine, and she just wasn't on point. And you think I'm a troll now? You should have seen me back then. I was heartless.
Oh, goodness.
And yeah, we roasted. We had her in tears a couple times. And I saw her in the club, and I was like, you know what? It was evil. That I just walked up to her and was like, and I told her all that in high school. That's not who I am no more. I apologize. Oh, it's
Oh,
cool. Like no, for real. I apologize.
that's
Later,
a good person. Yeah, go ahead.
here the problem is. Later, I see this cute girl I'm dancing with. We exchange numbers. I'm like, okay, yeah, got me somebody. Then she walks over from changing numbers to her, whispering in her ear. She never returned my phone calls. Is that a surprise? No. But you know what? You got me. Fair game.
Well, she
I
had to
can't.
owe you in probably her mind. She
Fair
want to
game.
give you a chance, but she ain't trying to get hurt by no. That
No,
was
her
calculating.
she blocked on the friend because the other, it was her friend and she blocked. But you know what? Fair game.
Listen, we can't
We,
again. You did your part. We can't tell people
I
how to
can't blame
interpret us. You said sorry. She was not feeling it. She was like, "Kiki, thank you," and then just cut. I get it. Everybody's not gonna respond how we want them to, but as long as your heart is clean, if you genuinely meant it and was like, "No, I was a real, a hole." Let me just Yeah, it's so funny. No, I did not have a contract on this particular business and venture. Thanks for asking. So that's why I even got muddled. But I know better. I should have known better at the time. But I thought it was my girl. I wish I had a girl whose conversation rhythm was the same as my really black lexicon. Oh, not perfect and doing wrong on purpose is different. Not perfect and doing wrong I hear you. Yeah, I don't try to wrong people. Like, oof, no.
No, when I grease people, I was greasing them on purpose. I was
If
it
I
was.
hurt your feelings, I did. Now I might be direct, and it may step on some toes, but it's not meant to be mean spirited or cut someone down. I'm a uplifter, edify. Like that's my mindset.
No, I was
Um,
I was chopping them down. I had to take them out. No joke.
listen, do you Life and Cash say you want me to go break the legs? No, they still out here scamming people from what I hear. They still out here scamming people. And I'm like, oh, that makes me mad. Not only that it happened to me, but they still out here new new scams. And so that part of me is mad because it's not stopped yet. Um, but it's like, are you gonna be the vigilante to go stop it?
Was it
Or
a Ponzi scheme or something?
it's not a Ponzi. And I'm gonna leave it kind of vague because I don't know. People be watching my show, so I gotta watch what I say. It wasn't a Ponzi, but they still scamming, bro. They still scamming, and that hurts me. I know they haven't changed. That's why the conversation piece, I'm like, they ain't finna use me and waste my time. Like Lexicon says, if it was a man, I didn't hear the whole convo. I was on the phone, but men usually do it like Pregnancy to keep a woman attached. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So you think a man would scam or hurt or infringe upon, the proper, what should I call it, relationship expectations of friendship or romance to keep a person attached? So you think people just do you wrong to keep you in their sphere? Is this what this means? If I'm still a man, you're not always on the phone. But men usually do it like pregnancy to keep women in cat. Do you agree with this?
Um, I wouldn't
Oh,
think as far to how can I say it.
that's
If
interesting. Oh,
somebody's
he says
greasing
yes.
people, I don't want to know why. I just don't want to deal with them.
I be
It
knowing
doesn't
why.
matter why.
Some people got a bad spirit,
Grease,
yo.
grease.
Bad spirit. Some people just not, their heart not clean. They dealing with their own insecurity. They dealing with jealousy. They're competitive to a flaw, trying to use you as the person that they're outdoing. You didn't even know you were in competition with this person. They're in competition with you. There are people that think you have more than what you have. I think that's another thing. Like trying to pocket watch or count what you they perceive that you have, and there can be jealousy there. But yeah, it's weird. It's you don't know, or like you said, it can be childhood experience where they just have, part of their character is not been developed yet, or just kind of took its ugly turn and they haven't really addressed it yet. They haven't healed, so they still out here crisscrossing people. But yeah, support y'all if you can. Appreciate you again, JT, sponsor of the show on the Cash App. My super chats are down. Your girl working. Listen, it's 1 o'clock. I was supposed to be in bed. I thought this was gonna be quick and easy. Let's read a few more comments, that's though, and then we'll get to bed.
Let me read
Um,
the next ones.
yeah, go ahead. Life of Cash is funny.
Life of Cashy. Hey, pal. Let me talk to you for a minute.
I was thinking a little bit of a, like Italian accent, so stereotypical, but that's what I heard when I read it. Cool. This one right here, that was
Semsia. Dr. Umar Johnson. We must stay focused, my brothers. We must stay focused, my brothers.
based.
Donations, donations.
Listen, based on his pictures in Miami, he was not focused, right? Dr. Umar was having a handful of the ladies he was taking pictures with. It's like maybe it's a good thing I didn't go. And but no, I think he
Yeah,
tries.
don't get me started on Umar.
I'm only laughing. I think he tries to troll a little bit with all the pictures of the ladies that he posts at his events. It's so funny, but I'm sure that it was a good time. My homeboy actually went. He's a Kappa. He actually went. I meant to call him and see, was it really good? What was the talk like? And what did he cover? So he's making his way around. Let me see, Black Lexicon.
Are you a
Um,
Delta?
I'm not any Greek. I'm not any Greek, but I know a lot of Greeks here, so I was just curious as to what he was actually talking about. Black Lexicon says, if you truly move on, they will become angry. That's real. That's a victory if you can get there to really mature in yourself, heal within yourself, so that you can keep it moving and not keep talking about it or not go around talking about it, et cetera, et cetera. Um, yeah, what do you think about this? So I'm gonna let you go after this. Not this one, but what Life of Cash just asked. I'll say, oh, I appreciate you, Lexicon. I really need to go to bed. Appreciate you. You got a channel? You think I'm gonna get messy? I'm not gonna get messy like that. People
It's not
eventually it comes back. I don't call it karma. I call it just a law of nature. Whatever you reap, you shall sow. So I don't doubt they will catch up with them. It's just really painful for me that I didn't realize other people had the same experience and that it's still happening. So that part about it makes me upset. This is what I saw also on the visit that Dr. Umar made to Miami Gardens yesterday. He had a meeting with the artist, the rapper, the infamous, uh, very, I don't even know what to call it, just outrageous in terms of her lyrics, Sukihana, and some of her, I mean, she's always been over the top when it's come to her sexuality, her sexual expression, and what she says can be, some would call, very vulgar, very distasteful,
I don't know who
give
she is.
You don't know who Suki? I'm giving this big intro. You don't know who Sukihana is? Oh my
I know.
gosh. Okay, she was just in London. The last viral thing she just did, she was in London and she was walking past this group of maybe middle aged white women, and she was like, "I'm gonna eat a nigga." Excuse me, and we're behind. And I can't say the second part, but to paraphrase Sukihana, she was trying to do her thing while she was in London, and it's just so ratchet. It perplexes me. But she has. I'm going to see how many followers she has on Instagram. So, but people say if you really know Suki, before she got big, she was a conscious sister. She was into like I don't want to call it the Hotep movement. I don't know if that's a real. I don't want to be derogatory, but in terms of Black consciousness movement, she used to be about that.
She was black
But
and
all
blue.
of a sudden, not all of a sudden, however, she decided to make money. Now she's just all over, with 2 million followers. Suki with the good beep is her handle, um, on Instagram. And it's just, there's such a contrast between what she looked like in her meeting. She's usually very naked, very exposed in terms of her revealing costumes and stage outfits. But when she went to meet Umar, I wish I had a picture of it, y'all. I didn't even plan to talk about this. But she had on an all black dress, most covered I've ever seen her. At least the cleavage was all covered. She had no nails on. She had a like a hat covering the hair. And Umar, I think they say he grew up Muslim, but I don't know if he claims it still. But and the little glasses, and she was looking real cute and real conservative for her. So people were like, stay focused, Dr. Umar, stay focused, that kind of thing. So if you knew who she was, I would be wondering what your thoughts were on him meeting Suki and if she might be impacted, say, by talking to Dr. Umar. But
We're talking about Umar.
what you
Like
so you're not a fan of Umar.
we're talk. Okay. Um, my- his name should be Scam Likely. Honestly.
Really? Okay.
Okay. You're talking about a dude talking about discipline all day, and he about 350 pounds. What would he know about discipline? You're talking
All
about him
right.
saying all you single men go out and rescue the baby mamas. But
Is that what he's saying?
not only does he blame men for the baby mamas and everybody rescued, well, how will he stop? Why don't he stop making baby mamas and stop
Shots
taking
fired.
money from baby mamas
Shots
who have little boys and spending it on other baby mamas instead of putting it into the school?
fired. So
So
I can't confirm or deny. This is the picture of Dr. Umar and Suki. I will make it larger 1 second. They're still giving all kinds of shots here to Dr. Umar. Can I make it big? Can you see it?
that
So
guy
this is just Dr. Umar's Insta.
is
Suki
the scam.
1, and this is Suki 2. So you can see the outfit. So for her little glasses on, long sleeves, no nails, hair covered. For her, very conservative. And again, 18,000. But the first one, when he posted it, I think it was over 70 some thousand likes. Yeah, almost 80,000 likes on this first Suki. So people were saying she tried to be respectful based on her brand. I don't even want to show her brand pictures. Y'all can look it up. But this what Dr. Umar was doing down in Miami, y'all. Let me just look. This is Dr. Umar
That
after
sounds
his
about
meeting
right.
after his meeting greet.
That's what
I'm
that's
like,
what
Dr.
he's
Umar.
doing with the money. The money for the school,
No,
the
he's not
donation.
doing that, but he's saying hello to his fans. He's saying hello to his Dr. Umar is saying hello to the ladies down here. Represent for Haiti. He was taking other pictures too. I can't just show you the ones with the one-on-ones with the ladies, but IT represent. We got a big Haitian American community here in South Florida. Of course, other people. It looked like they did it at an outdoor. I was surprised because it's so hot down here. Outdoor band show, and you guys can look at the rest of them on Insta. But there was regular people too. It wasn't just with the ladies looking fly. He I think that girl in the middle, if I'm not mistaken, she was the organizer, and the event was called Direct Descendants of African Slaves. I signed up for it. Of course, my family's from Jamaica, but I'm interested in what the conversation is like about Black diaspora issues in general. So it asked you when you RSVP'd, are you can you trace your lineage back to a plantation or a enslaved person in America? And of course, no, but I could put I am a part of the Black diaspora, etc. So it was just very interesting that they asked you that just to even RSVP, even though it was free. And he did $25 for the meet and greet, and I don't know if they fed those people, but yeah, he was in the building. He was holding up with the.
You don't know if they fed the people.
I mean, I was curious if anybody went. Yes, Sandy B. Law, Sandy B. up late to my super late night stream. Yes, yes, yes. Good to see you. I didn't plan to be up here late and for a while, y'all. Support the stream. Appreciate y'all. Sanan is in the building. Nice to see. Forgiveness is your well being, not for their benefit. Forgiveness, but protect yourself. So, do you all just say a prayer and say, okay, I don't want to talk to this person no more? I'm not sure they're mature enough or going to change their ways or say, I'm sorry. Do you just say a prayer and say, I forgive this person, God? Thank you. And help me to release it? Is that the forgiveness part of it? If you can't directly have the conversation, what does it look like to say? Or just stop thinking about it? What does that look like to say, I've forgiven this person if you cannot have the conversation with them?
What do you mean? Cannot or will not?
If they won't talk to you,
Did you try?
Gusto, I'm giving you a scenario, please. If they will not, say they moved away and you couldn't get to them, but they hurt you and they moved away. So you cannot.
Um, Let it be what it is. That's all you can do.
Say a prayer. How do you get that to sink into your own self?
Um, at this age, try to have some understanding and just realize that person. Usually, it just becomes that person is more screwed up than you think they are.
Bruh.
If they're so bad, they had to do what they had to do. Trust me, they're bleeding more than you are for what it is that they did.
That's
They
some
had
deep
to
stuff.
grease you, and they can't
Mhm.
even look you in the eyes.
Wow.
And
That's
if you
deep.
really had a conversation or had an understanding, like figure behavior is taught and manipulated and all this other stuff. Um, People are who people are, and they are what they become. So something is wrong.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect somewhere with this person.
Hmm. That's good, Gusto. I have to really like apply that. Let me think about that. And it's a more empathetic approach. Let me think about that. That's deep.
But and even thinking about that, when I was greasing, talking crazy to people, ripping souls, I honestly,
Okay.
the truth is, I honestly didn't know. I knew I was being mean. I knew I was being rude, but I didn't know the effect that I was damaging people's actual self esteem and causing permanent damage. I thought you
Mm,
crack a joke, somebody gets mad, they cry, and they get over it the next day. I didn't know that 10 years later, they thought that they were a loser because they got cracked up. I didn't know it was that strong till later.
wow. Yeah.
That's when I
Wow.
went, like, if I see this person, this person, this person, I owe an apology. There was another one I had to apologize to. For Christmas, she was kind of bald headed, and I didn't like her. Well, she started it. Just some old petty argument stuff, and it's just okay. In French class, I got a problem with this person. So, the around Christmas time, got a nice little gift wrapped up, gave to a friend. Hey, give this to her. Don't tell her who it came from. So the story went before class started. Hey, you got a gift. All her friends. Ooh, I bet it's such and such. Ooh, you know such and such like you. Maybe it's from. She opened it up, and it was some weave, a Q-tip, and a lump of coal.
That's so.
And
That's
then,
messed.
she told her who it came from. And I
I
said, yeah,
that was
I'm gonna get that fool.
that was a bit grimy. Do you call that pranking or what do you call that?
It was funny though.
No, it's
But saw her in Walmart and when I was in college. Hey, how you
what?
doing? Shook her hand. Hey, sorry, but look, hey, sorry about back in the day. I'm a whole grown man now. It's like, all right,
Oh,
that's cool. Is
Oh, good that you got to apologize. Because, yeah, those things, if people call it playing a prank on somebody like that, that stuff stays with you. What people used to call you in elementary school, what people used to say to you, do to you in middle and high, it oftentimes has an impact on how we see ourselves and the self
yeah,
esteem piece.
I was actually on the other side of that. I was doing all the roasting.
I was gonna say you was out here making people feel bad. Let me read a few more comments. That's all we're gonna get out of here. Y'all, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read any of the Tsukihama. That's how I need to go to bed. Tsukihana commentary. She got that bad spirit, random stuff. So that, not my words. Sanana says, doesn't surprise me that Tsukihana could make a 180 for money and fame, like leave her roots of consciousness and go into this kind of ratchetness. Um, the spirit of Lilith. I'm not familiar with Lilith, but I know Jezebel. Now I'm gonna Google that life of Cash for real. Um, strong as the dust with Umar. Let's hear your opinion. Like, let's go. I hope he takes her off the dating market. Other men don't have to pretend about her attractiveness. Ouch, Black Lexicon coming in strong. Because someone doesn't live right doesn't mean what they say is wrong.
Everything that comes out of his mouth is usually about wrong. Usually,
What
if he's
addicts?
talking instead of eating, then it's probably wrong.
Nah, people struggle with weight. There's other things going on. He's always on the road. He travels a lot, so maybe he's eating the road food. But I'm gonna leave that alone. What addicts say don't do drugs? When addicts say don't do drugs, people say they are right. Okay, looking Martin Luther Lee. Listen, y'all are so funny. Tolu, welcome. How are you? Brown Gal, talk about the nations are funding his trips. Lord God.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
y'all so funny. For the love of God, don't Google Suki. I listen. It actually I could probably do a whole show on that because her journey. I didn't know more about her pre-fame journey, and rapping about ratchetness. But yeah, it's a big thing she's doing as far as like her impact on the culture and what does that mean um, as it's being presented. I just saw some social conservatives on Instagram like commenting on her escapades in London and things that she was saying and what does it mean for black women. And he was very biased. So he was like, I don't see white women doing this. I'm like, actually, there are white women that actually act ratchet as well. But yeah, she's stirring the pot and it's making her money. So what does that say?
Let me guess. Girls Gone Wild. All those women were secretly black, right?
That is right. Okay. People should trust what people do, not what they say. So Lou talk about, okay, I won't Google her if not. Let's keep your eyes pure, brother. I have moved on from people who have shown no capacity to change that part. That part. Your actions work with prayer. All right. Sanana says, release the pain and stop thinking about them. Okay. We'll try to do that. But people be coming back to me with stories and I'll be like, leave me out of it. I went through mine already. But yeah, people, now that we know it's in the group and more than one person has been affected, it's kind of been like, oh wow, eye-opening. People, I believe people when they show you who they are. Just as a great quote, Maya Angelou, Black Lexicon, meeting more men who like you and value more along with that. Okay, meeting more men who like you and value more. Praise God. I received that, Lord. I don't have time to waste. I'm busy concentrating on success. There you go. TTO. I leave them where they are. I feel you. All right, y'all. I gotta go to bed. Y'all already have no self-respect. Okay. What bothers us most is finding out a person doesn't care for the best part of us. It always something too official to us. Interesting. Interesting take. Uh I find your attract. Oh, well, praise God, very balanced. How someone can't pick one thing from you and ignore the others beyond understanding. I know. You all right? Appreciate you. You're so funny. Good night, scam. I have to go to bed at this point. Good conversation. I appreciate you, TTOO, and not getting even or understanding. This is a good quote to end with. Let it go. Use all your time and energy on your goals and not getting even or trying to understand. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Final comments, thus though. Y'all leave Dr. Umar out of my comments. I can't
Final
read all this. Let me see this. Solomon321 says, I've been
Okay.
married 28 years. I love my wife more than ever. God sent her my way when I decided to enjoy life. That's fantastic. If you're single, work on yourself. Live. We've been trying to do that. Travel, have faith, and have fun. God will provide. Well, I've been praying. So hopefully I won't be single for too long or forever. But I hear you on that. You still gotta live. Good night. Thank you, Life and Cash. I appreciate everybody being here. Desta, what's your final word on forgiveness, please?
Um, Final thing on forgiveness. Forgive. Um, Understand the forgetting thing. That's not realistic. But forgive, move on, use it as motivation. Learn from your mistakes. You only got one life.
Amen.
You can sit and marinate in the bad, or you can go and make something that's positive.
Amen.
And you see on some of these dust panels, like you go over to the blackosphere and the dustosphere. These people still stuck in 1986 from the
Come
woman that
on.
they get beating each other up. Don't be that person, because then I got to control you, and
Amen.
it's not going to be good. But
Amen. And thank you for that word before. Yeah, go ahead. Last word. Go ahead.
as far as Umar, whenever he's talking, make sure you're not listening.
All right, that's so for the win. Appreciate everybody's support on the Cash App. Again, super chats are down. If you want to support, go ahead and $sign me. Suzette speaks us. So thank you for coming up, brother. I was gonna say what you said about the flawed nature of the person who's doing the act coming from somewhere and how there's something that's messed up there. It struck me in a deep way. So I have to really not try to. I hear you what you're saying, TTO. You may not ever understand, but I definitely would have more empathy in my heart for the person, and maybe that will help me let it go. So I'm not thinking about it. Period. Even when people come to me with new stories, but yeah, I'm gonna think about
Or
it from
even if
that
it's
angle.
not, yeah, even if it's not empathy, just understand. Like if you look
Yeah.
at whatever they call some kind of black community, or even if they're white, whatever, because they ain't in a white community either. They grease each other even harder, to be honest.
Mm,
They don't want to talk about,
mm,
but this is what people are, and this is what they do. Most people grease people. Most
yeah.
people are selfish, including
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. One way or another, we're selfish. We want what we want, how we want it. Some of us look out for the person left and right. Some people don't.
Right.
But some of it is just a part of just they're going to do what they're going to do. But there's
You just gotta
always
live.
more. There's always another. There's more friends. There's more money. There's more everything. This stuff is replaceable.
Mm,
Move
absolutely.
forward.
Good word. That's so I gotta go to bed. Good night, and I thank
So
you.
do
I
I.
appreciate you. Good night. Have a great Monday morning. And I appreciate everybody who is late night streaming. I appreciate you, Desta. Thank you for coming through. Black Lexicon, great word. Pop some bubble wrap and release your anger if you have any. Good night, Major Change Group. Yes, Tolu, if you missed the conversation, team replay. There's no way I'll be doing this every night. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I just happened to finish doing another video, and I said, let me come on real quick since I wasn't sleepy, but I need to get to bed. Thank you, Black Lexicon. You are loved more than they are capable of doing. Amen. I receive that. I received that. Beautiful words, guys. Thank you, Brown Gal Peace Lounge. I appreciate you. Let's get to bed. Thank you for tuning in. Sandy B. Law, you know you're my girl. Sandy, let's make a lunch date or Zoom or something, please, when you can. It does not have to be right away. But I know we're both busy ladies. Sweet dreams all. Good night. Thanks for watching. All right, bye. Thanks. Hit the like button on your way out. And thanks again. I appreciate everybody for the late night finishing at 1:30 in the morning. I can't believe